Hello my dear students, negative sign you have to put if you are moving to the right and positive sign if you are moving your decimal point towards the left. These two you divide using the calculator. 2.7 divided by 5.5 is 0.4909 and that is the point which was correct, which I wanted the arrows to go and from the exam point of view, this is really very important. So how do you round off the values? Hello my dear students, welcome back to the session 2 on the chapter Some Basic Concepts of Chemistry. Today we will be learning about scientific notation, precision and accuracy as well as about significant figures. First we have about scientific notation. What is the meaning of scientific notation? That is, it is the way of writing numbers that are too large or too small conveniently in a standard decimal notation. So, if the number is very large or it is a very small number, then we are going to write it conveniently in a particular format, and that is called as scientific notation. So, what is the format? We always write A into 10 to the power B, where A is called as coefficient or significant and the exponent is B, which we have here. Okay. So, for example, here you can see this particular number 232.508, correct? In this number, I wanted to write in the form of scientific notation. So, I have to write 10 to the power something. So, what do I do with these decimal points? I can move the decimal points to the right or to the left. So, when I move it to the right, what will be the exponent, and when I move it to the left, what will be the exponent? So, here see, I am moving the points towards my left. Okay, I am writing this is my left. So, I am moving 2 points towards the left. So, when I move it towards the left, how many places did I move? 2 places I have moved. So, it is 2.32508. Okay, point has moved 2 places. The decimal point is moved how many places? 2 places. That's the reason I write 10 to the power how much? 2. It is positive value if I move towards the left. Similarly, here my decimal point I shall move towards the left. Okay, it's a large number, I want to get it in the form of a small number. Okay, so my significant should be a small number. So, I'll move now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many places did I move the decimal point? 5 places. So, I will be writing it as 3.45 into 10 to the power how much? 5, because I moved it 5 places towards the left. So, if we move the decimal points towards the left, I am going to get a positive exponent. Okay. So, if we move the decimal points towards the right, what will happen? See, I have a very small number 0.00016 it is there, correct. So, I want to get it to a correct format. Okay. So, now I will move the points towards which side? Towards my right. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many places did I move the decimal point? 4 places. So, it is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 4. Why? Because we are moving it towards the right. A small number, when I am putting it in the form of a little larger number, then I have to move the points towards the right. The exponent will come as minus. Okay. Similarly, you have one more small number. I shall move the points now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places I have moved towards the right. So, it will be 9.5 into 10 to the power minus 5. Okay. So, I will take some more examples here. I will write 0.00089. Okay. Now here what do I do? It is a small number, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 places I have moved. So it will be 8.9 into 10 to the power minus 4. Okay. Now for example, I have something like this 0.0000586. Okay. Now I'll move like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I have moved and I have written it as 58.96. Okay. Into how many places did I move the decimal point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places I have moved. So it is minus 6. I can also write it like this, it will not be wrong. But the exponent should be proper. How many ever places you are moving? The exponent should be equal to that number. Negative sign you have to put if you are moving to the right and positive sign if you are moving your decimal point towards the left. So I hope you understood how to write scientific notations. Okay. Next one, multiplication and divisions of scientific notation. If your number is in the form of scientific notation, how do you do the multiplication and division? Now here, for example, we have taken 5.6 into 10 to the power 5 into 6.9 into 10 to the power 8. So these two numbers I will take and write it together, 5.6 into 6.9. With your calculator you can do 5.6 into 6.9, you will get the answer as 38.64. Now what do I do with the exponents? See, when there is a multiplication, remember the exponents are added. What is it? The exponent should be added. So this 10 to the power 5 into 10 to the power 8 is addition of the exponents 10 to the power 5 plus 8. So 5 plus 8 is 13. I am writing it as 13. Is it clear? So that is multiplication. One more example we have here with the negative exponents here. 9.8 into 10 to the power minus 2 into 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 6. Simple 9.8 into 2.5 I will do, I will get it as 24.50. With the calculator also I can do that. Correct? Now what do I do with the exponents? 10 to the power minus 2 plus minus 6. Okay, minus 2 plus minus 6. Minus into plus is minus. So 10 to the power minus 2 minus 6. Minus 6 plus minus 2 is minus 8. So I have written it as minus 8. So here you have to take care about the exponents when you are multiplying. Okay, exponents should be added in multiplication. Now division, if it is, what are we supposed to do? See here, 2.7 into 10 to the power minus 3 divided by 5.5 into 10 to the power 4. So 2.7 by 5.5. So 2.7 has the exponent of 10 to the power minus 3 and this has the exponent of 10 to the power 4. These two you divide using the calculator. 2.7 divided by 5.5 is 0.4909. Okay. Now what about the exponents? From the denominator, when you go to the numerator, it will change in sign and I will be writing it as 10 to the power minus 3 into 10 to the power minus 4. Once it has come to multiplication, you have to just add it. Minus 3 plus minus 4 is minus 7. I have got the answer. Okay. So what we are doing? We are taking this and moving above. When we move from the denominator to the numerator, when it goes, it becomes multiplication, but the sign will change to minus. You have to change the sign. From positive, it has become negative. For example, it was negative, it will become positive. Okay. For example, you have 1 into 10 to the power minus 10 divided by 2 into 10 to the power minus 15. Okay. So what will happen here? 1 by 2 is 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 10 into 10 to the power minus, when it goes above it becomes plus 15. Okay. So it is 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 10 plus 15. So it is plus 5. So it is 0.5 into 10 to the power 5. I hope you have understood about the multiplication and division. Okay, so that is about multiplication and division of the numbers, which is in the form of scientific notation or which has got the exponents. Okay, next we learn about addition and subtraction. In addition and subtraction, there is a small change, that is, we will take an example 1 for addition. Okay, 6.65 into 10 to the power 4 plus 8.94 into 10 to the power 3. You cannot add these two numbers just like that. Okay, you should have both the exponents same. That means if here it is 4, here also it should be 4, or if this is 3, you have to convert this to 3. So how do I convert? Convert either of them, the numbers has to be converted so that the exponents are same. So what we have done here is, I have moved one point towards the left. That means one more point, when I move this 3 will become 4. Correct? 3 will become 4. One point increase by 1. Okay. So this becomes 6.65 into 10 power 4, 0.895 into 10 power 4. Now 10 power 4 and 10 power 4 is same. I take the common one out, is into 10 to the power 4, and I add up 6.65 and 0.89. So when I add this, I will get it as 7.545 into 10 to the power 4. So I hope you have understood about this. This is for addition. Even for subtraction, you have to follow the same method. What we are doing here, 2.5 into 10 power minus 2 minus 4.8 into 10 power minus 3. Here what I have done is, I have moved one point of, see, 4.8 into 10 to the power minus 3. I will move one point. So I will get it as 0.48 into 10 to the power minus 3. As I move the point by one place, I will get it as 10 to the power 1. Minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. So it is 0.48 into 10 to the power minus 2. So that is written here, 0.48 into 10 power minus 2. So minus 2 and minus 2, same exponents are there. Now take that out as common as 10 power minus 2. 2.5 minus 0.48 is 2.02 into 10 power minus 2. So I hope you have understood how to do addition as well as subtraction. Is it clear? Okay. Next one, we will be learning about what is precision and accuracy. I will just read the definitions for you all. Precision. Precision refers to closeness of various measurements. Now when you are measuring something, how close is your measurement for the correct value? That is precision. Okay. Accuracy means it's an agreement of a particular value to the true value of the result. Okay. It should be very accurate, means the true value and the measured, what you have measured, those two values are matching with one another, we tell it is accurate. Okay. So I'll just, to understand it better, I'll take an example and explain. Here you can see the 3 arrows are coming exactly to the center. Okay. This is where the arrows were supposed to come, the center point when I'm just aiming. Correct? So all the 3 arrows are at the same point, and that is the point which was correct, which I wanted the arrows to go and reach. So it is good accuracy, good precision, both are correct. It is accurate as well as it's precise. Okay. Whereas here you can see all the 3 arrows are not in the center, but they are in some other place, but they are together, very close to one another. So these are called as poor accuracy because it's not in the center where it was supposed to be. But as they are together, the precision is good. It is very precise because they are very close to one another. Measurements are very close to one another. But it is not accurate because it is not close to the, or it is not on the accurate point there. Okay. Here if you see, there is no accuracy, no precision because all the 3 are in 3 different places and not even close to the accurate point. Okay. So one more example I shall take. See, for example, if the true value for the result is 2 grams, that means true value means if I measure some substance, the value I had to get is 2 grams. So, the true value is 2 grams. But we will see how the measurements have come. Student A, when student A measured, first time he got the value of 1.95 and second time 1.93. Okay, and if I take the average also, it's 1.940. These values, because these two values are very close to one another, just 0.02 difference is there, correct, no? So, they are very precise, but it is not accurate because it is far off from the true value. It is not close to the true value, correct? Next, student B has 1.94 and 2.05 values, and if I take the average of that, 1.995. Here you see both the values are not very close to one another, nor it is close to the true value. So, not precise, not accurate, nor it is precise, nor it is accurate. Student C, if you see here, 2.01 and 1.99. Both these values are very close to one another. So, of course, they are precise as well as they are accurate, because if I take the average, I am getting as 2.0, which is exactly the true value. So, student C has got precise and accurate value, whereas student A, it is precise but not accurate. They are close to one another but not very far from the true value. Student B, they are not precise nor accurate because they are not close to one another nor they are close to the true value. So, I hope you have understood about precision and accuracy. Okay. Next, we have significant figures. From the exam point of view, this is really very important for your board exams as well as for your competitives. So, what are these significant figures? Significant figures are meaningful digits which are known with certainty. They are called as meaningful digits which you know it with certainty. Okay. So, what is the exact rules to tell the number of significant figures in a number? We will see this is the particular number 0.000500670. Okay. Now, you are supposed to tell how many significant figures are there in this number. Okay. First rule for significant figure, all the non-zero digits are significant. That means except 0, any other digit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all these are significant. So, here 5, 6, 7 are significant. Okay. All the non-zero digits are significant. First rule. Second one. Okay. Zeros preceding to the first non-zero digits are not significant. Now, this is the first non-zero digit. Here it's all zeros, no? Here I have the first non-zero digits. So, all the zeros before the non-zero digits are not significant. They are not counted for significant figures. Okay. That is the second rule. Third rule. Zeros between the two non-zero digits are significant. See, in between the two non-zero digits I have a 0. So, this is also significant. I conclude it or I take it as a significant figure. Okay. Last one, trailing 0 to the right of a decimal point are significant. See, I have a decimal point here. Okay. And the zeros which are there after the non-zero digit and after the decimal point also, then this is significant. Okay. But remember, after the decimal point you have 3 more zeros before the significant, non-significant digit. These are non-significant, but after the decimal point, after the non-zero digit, if there is a 0 which is trailing, then they are significant. Okay. So, the significant figures are in and around all zeros only. So, what it is? All the non-zero digits are significant. If the 0 is coming in between the non-zero digits, it is significant. The 0 which is preceding before the non-zero digits are not significant, and the zeros which is coming after the decimal point, after the non-zero digit, then they are significant. So, we will see examples for significant figures. First example is 74. Okay, it is a certain value. It is 74. How many significant figures are there? It is 2 significant figures. Now, 76.8, all 3, there are no zeros at all. So, it is 3 significant figures. Okay. 76.00. See, after the decimal point there is 0 and after the non-zero digit. So, there are 4 significant figures. Okay. Now, 0.002200. Now, these 3 zeros are before a non-zero digit, not significant. These 4 are significant because they are coming after the decimal point and after the non-zero digit. So, how many significant figures? 4. Okay. Similarly, 34.079. So, it is coming after the decimal point, but it is in between the 2 non-zero digits. Obviously, all can be counted. It is 5 significant figures. Next, 780000. Okay. So, it is 5 significant figures because it is coming after the non-zero digit. Next, 6.8 into 10 power 4. In this case, you are not supposed to take this. It is only these 2 values, which is only significant values. 2 significant values, that is 6.8. Both are non-zero. So, it is 2 significant figures. So, I hope you have understood about significant figures. Okay. Next, we learn about addition and subtraction of significant figures. Okay. Now, the result of addition or subtraction should be reported to the same number of decimal places as in term with the least number of decimal point places. What is the meaning of this? See, 12.11 and added with 18.0, which is added with 1.012. So, when I add all of this, I got the answer as 31.122. Okay. But how will I tell my answer? It depends on, it should be reported with same number of decimal places as that of the term with the least number of decimal places. How many decimal places are there in the first number? 2. How many decimal places with the second number? Only 1. After the decimal point, only 1 number is there. Here, 3. So, here 18.0 has only 1 digit after the decimal point, and the result should be reported only up to 1 digit after the decimal point. So, I will be reporting it as only 31.1. I need not write 31.122 when I add the significant figures. So, when we are adding, the number of decimal points in my result should be equal to number of decimal places which is the least among the numbers which you have added or subtracted. Okay. So, I hope you have understood this. Next one, multiplication and division. In multiplication and division of significant figures, the result of multiplication and division should be reported to the same number of significant figures as it is possessed by the least precise term used for calculation. So, here when you multiply 2.5 into 1.25, you will get the answer as 3.125. Now, how do I have to report? Because 2.5, this has 2 significant figures. Here you have 3 significant figures. So, as 2.5 has 2 significant figures, the result should not have more than 2 significant figures. So, 3.125, you are supposed to report only 3.1. The 25 if you do not write also, it is no problem. Okay. You should have least number of significant figures as the least number of the number which you have multiplied. Next we will see rounding off of the numbers. That is, if you have a huge number, that is the numbers after the decimal point, you have a huge number which comes in the calculator. Okay. So you need to round it off to 2 significant figures or only with 3 significant figures. So how do you round off the values? Okay. If the rightmost digit to be removed is more than 5. So here I want to remove 6. Okay. This digit 6 I want to remove. And this number is more than 5. It is more than 5, of course. So the number just before that should be increased by 1. I'll write it as 1.39. Okay. Now, if the rightmost digit to be removed is less than 5, the preceding number is not changed. That is, see, I want to remove 4, it is less than 5. So the number just before that will remain as it is. I am not going to increase or I am not going to decrease. I will just leave it as it is. So it is 4.33. Okay. Now, if the rightmost digit to be removed is 5 itself, okay, then the preceding number is not changed if it is an even number, or it is increased by 1 if it is an odd number. Now for example, I want to remove 5 here and the number preceding that is 3. It is an odd number. Correct, no? 1, 3, 5, 7 are odd numbers. Yes or no? So 3 is an odd number. So I will increase it by 1. So I write it as 6.4. Now I want to remove 5 in this particular number and the preceding number is an even number. I leave it as it is. So once again, if the number to be removed is greater than 5, then the one number before that, that is the preceding number, should be increased by 1 value. Okay. The number to be removed is less than 5, then keep the preceding number as it is. If the number to be removed is 5 itself, then if the preceding number is an odd number, increase it by 1. If the preceding number is an even number, leave it as it is. So these are the rules for rounding off the numbers. So I hope I am clear with what are significant figures, addition and subtraction, multiplication, division of significant figures, as well as rounding off of the numbers. Now, if you ask with me for the exam point of view, all this is necessary for me to learn and I should be able to write it in the form of rules? No. Significant figures, they will give you a value. Okay. For example, they will give you 0.0058 and ask you to write how many significant figures are there in the given number. Only 2 significant figures are there. You are supposed to write only so much. No one is asking you to write the entire rules there, but you need to know the rules to answer the question what they have asked. Okay. Again, when it comes to addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, it is all important for you all to solve the numericals going further in chemistry. Okay. Even when it comes to rounding off, it is very important for you all to know about rounding off as well as about all the addition, subtraction, multiplication with scientific notations as well as with the significant figures. But question based on it, whether they will ask? No, they will not ask. Applications you need to know. Okay. So that is about today's class. Next class we will be learning about law of chemical combinations. It's a very important session. See you next class. Thank you my dear children. Stay curious, stay tuned.